Now, with Headmaster Lunch's generous prize offer, the students had an extra strong motivation to actually find Jan. The auditorium drained of students the same way a bathtub was drained of water. Louise and I wanted to join our classmates in trying to squeeze through one of the three main entryways, but Kai held us back and gestured to hide behind a row of seats closest to the auditorium's back wall. "What's this all about?" I asked, rubbing the arm that Kai had grabbed. "Think about it," Kai explained, with the laid-back attitude of a detective with 40 years of work experience. "Think sharply, because none of the others even considered looking at Jan's seat, even though her seat probably holds a lot of valuable clues to help us figure out what actually happened. If Jan's disappearance was a crime, then the seat is the crime scene, and now we're going to give it a look." "You really think you're going to find any clues?" Louise chimed in immediately. "No, after 347, minus the three of us, children stormed out of here, and likely over a seat as well, you'll hardly find anything of use." "Oh, I think I will," Kai replied confidently, and pointed at Jan's abandoned seat. "Didn't you notice? His seat's right next to one of the doors. This explains how he disappeared or was kidnapped without anyone noticing, but everyone swerved around it like it had a plague." He was right. The other seats were littered with leftover colorful jackets and pencils, but Jan's place seemed to be untouched by the chaos, and likely just the way Jan had left it behind. We gathered around the empty seat. "Do you really think that we should just dig around his stuff like that?" I asked, a little uncertain. "No," Louise amended firmly. "That wouldn't be right." "Maybe we should," said Kai. "We might find a clue. Who knows, maybe there's a blackmail letter inside of his pencil case or something." "And that letter had the kidnapper's address printed neatly on the front, so all we have to do is visit and politely ask to have Jan back." I tried to make his idea look a little more ridiculous than it actually was. "Well, maybe, who knows? At least then we'll know for sure that he was kidnapped," thought Kai. "You watch too much TV," I said. "As of late, I developed a habit of abstaining from certain programs because they made it difficult to sleep at night and gave me nightmares." "Then just look without touching anything," Kai offered a heavy-hearted compromise. That was something all three of us could agree on. No way just looking at something was illegal. Kai had drawn a lot on the colorful pictures in his math book. The colored pencils were lined up in a desk furrow for pencils. The lines were all very thick. He'd need to sharpen his pencil soon. Who? He could have went to buy a pencil sharpener, I joked. Louisa pointed at his open pencil case and all three sharpeners inside of it. They looked well used, and I noticed evidence that he used them during Mr. Lunch's speech about bananas and kidnappings. There were a few pencil sharpenings on the floor under his desk. "Gross," said Louise. "He just sharpened the pencils onto his floor." "Why?" Kai looked visibly taken aback. "Is there any different way you're supposed to do it?" She gave him a deeply unimpressed look, and I giggled a bit, because I too sharpened my pencil in the same way. The flap of Jan's school bag had been left open, and we could peer inside of the bag. It was surprisingly clean for a 7-year-old boy. "There's a huge gap, like he took out a massive book," I pointed out. Louise went over the visible textbook in the bag and shook her head. "All the books he needs for school are right there. I don't think it's a book he took out. It has to be something else," she concluded. "The lunch compartment," Kai noted expertly. He almost stuck his head into Jan's school bag and discovered a small red puddle. He had a cherry-flavored juice box with a leak. "Where?" I asked, interested in the new discovery. I leaned forward, supporting myself on the edge of the school desk to get a better look at Jan's open bag. "Ooh, gross!" I squeaked, because my fingers had suddenly touched something soft and sticky. Crouching to peer at the underside of the desk, I realized that Jan, the grimy urchin, had used Headmaster Lunch's bead as a distraction to stick his old chewing gum under the desk. The other two looked as well, and Kai removed a seemingly inconspicuous sticker from right next to the chewing gum. We studied it with rising excitement. Where had that sticker come from, and how it had landed under Jan's desk? At last I managed to identify the foreign sticker. It was oval in shape, maybe the size of a postcard with blue and yellow colors that showed a cartoony monkey. "That's a banana sticker," I explained, and was met with a total of 0 disagreeing voices. "Why Jan put a banana sticker on the other side of his desk, though?" spoke Louise. "I don't know," I said. "He might have been just bored, or the lunchbook wasn't the only thing it is." "The cheaper juice box," Kai jumped in to correct me. In the meantime, he dipped the finger into the small puddle at the bottom of Jan's school bag and licked it off. "Cherry banana juice, a cherry banana juice, likely from a pack of 10 bought at Aldi. I would know, I like that juice too." All right, I amended. It's likely that the cheaper juice wasn't the only thing in his challenge box, and that there was a banana as well. I looked at the armrest of his seat and found another yellow and blue sticker. "Oh, multiple. Look, there's another sticker." "This is all very strange," Kai said, and Louise and I could have sworn that we saw the churning of gears inside his head as he tried to put all of our clue into a particularly whimsical, fantastical explanation for what had happened. I've got it, he said after a whole while. Jen appears to have a particular love for bananas, and together with the numerous bananas he seems to have inside his school bag, or well, his lunchbox, disappeared right during Headmaster Lunch's speech about banning all bananas from the school properties. All this leads to only one conclusion. Headmaster Lunch has orchestrated the kidnapping himself, for the sole reason that he eats too much bananas. And who do you think he hired to do the kidnapping itself? Because he clearly didn't do it himself. There's 350 witnesses for that. I grinned, not quite buying the story. There has to have been someone helping him. It could have been our caretaker, Kai proposed, rested his head onto his right hand, supporting it for further deductions. Mr. Broomstick, sure, laughed Louise. Reasonably so, because our caretaker looked the exact opposite of anything even resembling a broomstick. His silhouette was closer to a cleaning bucket than anything else, and he could only move at snail's pace and usually announced his presence through loud, heaving breaths.